Well, good morning, everyone. This is a live look over from Briarcliff. Almost looks like a foggy kind of morning for us. Some of that might be fog, but most of it is actually shower activity. Yeah, we've got some thunderstorms starting to develop just out towards our west. We're officially getting into it here around the metro, which is right on cue for us. We're going to continue with this wet weather through the late morning and early afternoon. There is a risk for some severe storm activity to occur as well, that we are monitoring more for our north and western counties, anywhere from about Holt County all the way up towards the Nodway County area. That's where we could see some stronger storm cells. But hey, I'm not ruling out a few isolated thunder boomers even here to the metro as we move forward into the morning just in general. So, hey, good morning, everyone. First Warn 5 meteorologist Greg Bennett here. We've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we have a brand new update to our forecast for Tuesday, issuing or declaring a First Warn weather day. This is due to now an enhanced risk or a severe weather risk level 3 out of 5 for us. Also looking at intense heat and humidity prior to the storm activity developing. That'll happen in the afternoon. So it's kind of a 1-2 punch that we're dealing with. Well worthwhile to get you under that First Warn weather day so you are fully prepared. In the meantime, I think it's best that we actually start off with what's on the radar system, right? So let's get involved with that. There's the showers. There's the thunderstorm activity that we've been talking about. Pardon me. Let me go ahead and kind of sort of drag this along and get a little bit closer to where we are seeing some of those storms right now, right? So let's push it in and see where we've got some of those storm cells. It's all around Baldwin City, the Lawrence area in Douglas County. Ottawa's looking at some strong storms out there. And this is also on Interstate 35, so it's making it slow going overall. None of this has been severe, which is a total plus, but we're talking heavy rainfall, most definitely. And also, obviously, with the frequent lightning here, we've been seeing occasional gusts coming in about 25, 30 miles per hour in some of the storm activity that's whirling up just to the south as it continues to track more towards the east. Up further north, you can see a nice line off around Bellevue into Mill Creek, just outside the viewing area. That line goes all the way up towards Donovan County, and then as we move up towards Holt and Nodway County, you can see how we have these stronger storm cells just on the other side of the border there around Nebraska near Lincoln. This is kind of the line that we're monitoring to maybe bring in 1 or 2 isolated severe thunderstorm threats. It's not a big one today, really isn't. I think if we do see storm activity, it should be just wear and tear, kind of run of the mill, which is still rather impactful and most definitely going to slow you down. But the good news with all of this is that it is not an all-day rainmaker for us. This is going to continue through our morning for sure, but by the time we get to about 1:30, maybe 2 p.m. at the very latest, we should start to see a drier pattern. There's actually going to be sunshine today. We're going to continue on with some gusty conditions up to about 30 miles per hour. That goes right on into the evening, mind you. But you don't have to worry about wet weather. And the temperature is phenomenal. We're issuing a temperature range between about 80 degrees to 83 degrees for this afternoon. That's your peak warmth of the day. So a beautiful forecast, right? And then we talk about tomorrow's forecast. I'm just going to show you the heat. I'm just going to show you the heat, the humidity, the feel-like temperature that we anticipate for Tuesday afternoon, right? We don't have a feel-like temperature really today. Maybe it's a couple of degrees above the actual air temperature. So if it's 81, it might feel like 83 degrees. Very doable for us. Now let me show you tomorrow afternoon's feel-like temperature, right? Here it comes. You can already see with the coloration here, it's going to be a hot one for us. 105 degrees. 105 degrees Tuesday afternoon for your feel-like temperature. I've got Richmond there at 107. We've got 106 off around Cameron, 106 to Harrisonville. It's hot. Your actual air temperature ranging from 93 to 97 degrees. That is a huge change from the past 48 hours. Big change here. So I need you guys to kind of sort of switch gears and be ready for that heat and humidity to return. And it's really going to be just this day of excessive kind of heat to the area. Now, it's not going to bring in an excessive heat warning for us because we just don't have an expansion of this heat, but we should see a heat advisory in place for a Tuesday afternoon. This is still coming out of the south for us. It does bring in moisture as well, instability to our atmosphere. This provides more energy, some more available potential energy to the atmosphere, and that is producing a better severe weather threat for us. And with that being said, we've been talking about it all morning long. We have a severe risk level 3 out of 5 that has been introduced early this morning, right? And as you can tell, it does have portions of the metro involved with this, the northern side of the metro, near the airport, Platte County, Clay County, you're a part of this, even portions of Ray County, and then moving all the way up towards the Iowa border. In that orange zone, we have a much higher risk for damaging wind, a little bit of hail out there, about a moderate risk, but we're getting closer to the moderate risk area for a few isolated rotations to occur in some of these storm cells, i.e. maybe a funnel cloud or perhaps tornado development. So it is something that we're going to be monitoring very closely here. The timing of it is more towards the evening, and it's early evening that we can see this kind of take effect. Let me see if I can find that future forecast model for you. There it is. All right. And we're going to kind of sort of blow past our forecast for today. But there it is. There's the storm activity entering in. There's about late morning and then finally dissipating by, there you go, about 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That'll be about it. And then a beautiful day overall will take over. Let's go into our Tuesday evening. You can see the morning relatively quiet, but we're destabilizing the atmospheres. We're drawing in the next frontal boundary, and then there it is. Maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, the initial entrance of the storms within the viewing area, and then we drag it into about 6, 7 p.m. just to the north of us. But this is where we have that level 3 severe weather risk area, right? Just to the north of the metro itself. So St. Joe to Cameron to Bethany. And this is definitely showing us great signs of, we're definitely showing confidence in those stronger storms to populate the area. Notice by mid-evening, it gets even closer in this particular model. Wyandotte County right down to the downtown metro, some pretty strong storms, maybe, or some heavy rainfall, some higher winds. So definitely something that we want to look out for. Now, obviously, you and I both know that this is still just the, one of our model runs, and this is not the end-all, be-all that we're monitoring on, but it does give us a rough idea of what to anticipate, at least in timing, which has been conducive with several of our short-range models. Just in general, the timing that you're seeing in this map has been just about spot on with about 3 of our other modeling data systems. So definitely something we'll keep an eye on for you, but I want you to be ready all the way around. We've got major heat, humidity, and then storms all packing a punch for us into our Tuesday forecast. That's not the only thing that we're monitoring. So let's get into the Security Bank 7-day outlook to show you that, man, the wet weather does continue on. There's still some opportunities even Wednesday to get into some showers. But you see, there's Thursday, and that is the 4th of July, Independence Day, with a higher rain chance out there now at 50%. Storm activities looking to develop in. What is the deal here? It's going to be coming in around 2 rounds to the wet weather threat. All right. Now I'm just going to show you one of our models here, but one is going to be early in the morning for those storms to occur, which really doesn't affect us when it comes down to any outdoor festivities, right? So 7 o'clock in the morning, there it is, the green, the yellows. You can see that it really gets juiced up there around maybe 3 or 4 a.m. We do not have a severe weather risk update to this date yet, but it will be something that should come down the line within the next 24 hours. So we're going to be monitoring that closely for you. But there's the first round, kind of breaks off by late morning. Maybe you get a little bit of barbecuing in, a few isolated drizzles here and there. Some of this might just be dense cloud cover, something we want to watch out for. But once we get to the mid-evening, that's where I'm concerned, right there. There's your second round. That comes in, and this is 6 p.m. at night. Heavy rainfall, those yellows indicative of even thunderstorm activity. And that lasts up till about 8 or 9 a.m., p.m., I should say, and then it breaks away for the late evening. So you might get an exceptional postponement of some form of, 4th of July festivities if you decide to do it on Thursday. To be quite honest, a better day to be out there is going to be Friday night. And you actually don't have to, wake up early the next day to go to work, because it's the weekend. So maybe you hold off. Maybe you hold off on the 4th of July fireworks until at least Friday night, because that is a much better forecast. Let me show you. There's Friday evening. Friday night, I mean, really, it is a beautiful outlook. Now, granted, this can change a little bit. It'll be something that we monitor, obviously, but it's much better right now overall in many of our data models, and even in the raw information that indicates that it overall should be a better night for us to enjoy our fireworks. So I would say, if you can hold off on it, go for it. But if you're doing those big, huge firework events, that's something that we've got to watch out for. Is that second round of a wet weather threat out there. All right. So that's all the things I want to talk about with you guys. It is 8:11 in the morning. Christian says, thank you so much. And I thank you as well for chiming in and saying thank you. Austin says, it's raining in Belton. Yes, we've got the wet weather starting to roll on in. Let me show you that radar system one more time. And let's pop that up for you, just to show you the Doppler radar system. That's going to go into a bit more detail with the storm activity. Yeah, there you go. Shower activity is rolling on in. There's Belton down to the south there of the metro. So we're getting into the darker greens, maybe some yellows out there. It's indicative of light to moderate showers. And then we've got heavier downpours and thunderstorms out there towards Spring Hill, Ottawa, Baldwin City, Lawrence. You're getting involved with it. Bonner Springs, moderate to heavier rainfall. Same thing could be said for Leavenworth, Oskaloosa up there in Jefferson County. So, yeah, this is just the beginning of it. We're going to continue on with some late morning wet weather and then should be out by early afternoon. And what takes its place is great temperatures and breezy conditions. Gusts are expected at about 30 miles per hour tops as we move on into the afternoon. All right, friends, with that being said, I'm going to leave you with a live look of, Briarcliff right now. Let's pop that up. And there you go. Kind of gloomy, kind of wet out there. The window wipers needed. The umbrellas warranted. And then, of course, moving on into tomorrow. Be ready for the heat, the humidity, and even more storm activity. We'll keep you updated if we do get any more information. KCTV5 and the First Warn 5 weather team is the place to be to get that detail to your local outlook.